Logan. Hugh Jackman has been phenomenal as Wolverine for the past 17 years, guys. That's nearly 2 decades. I've been watching the X-Men movies since I was 3. 3. This is his best performance. Him and Patrick Stewart. Best performances in any of the X-Men movies. Hands down in this movie. And I am proud to say that. They were phenomenal. And everyone should go see this movie if they have even the slightest inkling to see it. You'll like it if you have shown any interest in any kind of superhero movie or just good movies in general. I really like this movie. And that has to do with the characters and the story they're telling. Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, bring their A game. They are ready to finally put these characters to rest. They've been playing them a long time now. Hugh Jackman plays Wolverine phenomenally. But you guys already know that. But the character Logan, he is in a very dark place when this movie starts. You know, he's a man who's just had everything taken from him. His family, friends. You know, in the one chance he got to know a real family, the X-Men, it gets taken away from him. And that's shown in the trailers. There's no spoilers here, but he is just a wounded animal in this movie. He's turned to alcohol, drugs, prescription drugs, painkillers to soothe his just chronic pain and depression he's in. He's not healing anymore. The adamantium is slowly starting to wear down his body. It's getting too heavy for him. It's good stuff. Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Professor X is also in a bad place. He has a brain disease that causes him to have seizures, which creates this earthquake spontaneous wave effect that just paralyzes people, and it causes major damage. And there's more to it in the movie, but I'm not going to get into it for spoiler purposes. But it's funny how the greatest mind in this universe has one of the worst brain diseases available. It's kind of ironic, I guess. Whatever. So, besides that, this movie is given an R rating, and it earns that R rating. It's not just put on there for the purpose of being rated R. I genuinely feel like this R rating has elevated the movie to a much higher placement than it would have been without it. And that involves the acting, the ability to portray the characters better, and the violence. It is so brutal and so violent. Do not take your kids to see this movie. People in the audience will be disappointed in you as a parent and a human being if they hear your kid go, "Oh boy, he did it. He killed whoever. You know, he killed the bad guys. He won." Don't bring your kids. Now, there are some issues I have with this movie, and it has to do with the characters. The main villain, robot arm guy, seen this movie twice. Don't know his name. Don't think it was even said. Not important. He pushes the plot along, and that's what he's there for. And then, I'll come back to that in a sec. X-23, it was in the trailer, so be it. She's underdeveloped, but that also has to play into her backstory, so I'm not going to get into that. I would have liked to see more out of her. She's phenomenal in the couple character developing scenes that she has. I liked her. I bought it. She was also amazing in the fight scenes. Superb. She is a badass. Her and Wolverine tag teaming and just destroying people. It's a sight to behold. But those underdeveloped characters it doesn't bother me that much because this is Logan's story. It's not their story. This is a Logan story. This is his final chapter, supposedly, in the X-Men franchise. I don't necessarily buy it. I figured he'll probably cameo and say Deadpool 2. Yeah. And besides that, I can see a couple people that have issues with the pacing. It's not like a steady like incline or just a steady pace. It goes up and down, but when it goes down in terms of pacing speed, it slows down for great character development, and I loved every scene in this movie. I fell in love with the characters within the first 10 minutes, and I fell in love with the movie. I've got to say, this is a great movie, and you need to go see it. It's worth it. I'm going to add it to my collection. I'll be watching it very often. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.